Why were the Huguenots fleeing France in the 16th century? The French Huguenots were French Protestants who followed the teachings of John Calvin during the Protestant Reformation. In the 16th and 17th centuries, as we begin this journey through time, it's important to understand the core beliefs of these remarkable people. The Huguenots were devout followers of Calvinism, a major branch of Protestantism founded by the theologian John Calvin in the early 16th. Calvinism, with its emphasis on predestination, the sovereignty of God and the importance of individual faith and direct interpretation of the Bible, contrasted sharply with the dominant religion in France at the time, Roman Catholicism. Despite the challenges they faced, the Huguenots steadily grew in numbers during the 16th century. By mid-century, it is estimated that there were around 1,000 Huguenot churches and perhaps as many as 3 million Huguenot followers in France. But their growing population and differing beliefs caused growing conflict and persecution from the Catholic majority and the French monarchy. The result was a series of brutal civil wars, known as the French Wars of Religion, that largely dominated the 16th century. These wars were marked by extreme violence and atrocities committed by both sides. The most infamous incident, the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre of 1572, saw thousands of Huguenots slaughtered in Paris and other cities. However, after decades of bloodshed, a turning point occurred in 1598 when King Henry IV, who had previously been a Huguenot, issued the Edict of Nantes. This groundbreaking decree granted the Huguenots substantial rights, including freedom of conscience throughout France, the right to practice their religion publicly in certain specified towns and areas, access to public office, education, and legal protection, and the right to maintain fortified towns for their own defense. The edict brought a period of relative peace and stability to France, allowing the Huguenots to flourish. Sadly, this era of tolerance came to an abrupt end in 1685 when King Louis XIV, a staunch Catholic and advocate of absolute monarchy, revoked the Edict of Nantes. He viewed the existence of a Protestant minority as a threat to his unified kingdom and proceeded to erode their rights. With the revocation, the Huguenots were forced to convert to Catholicism, worship in secret, or flee the country. Despite prohibitions on leaving France with severe penalties, hundreds of thousands of Huguenots dared to escape, seeking refuge in various Protestant countries including England, the Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, and North America, as well as the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa. This mass exodus, known as the Huguenot Refuge, resulted in an estimated 200,000 to 400,000 Huguenots leaving France within a few decades. They brought with them valuable skills and knowledge, particularly in which greatly contributed to the development of the South African wine industry.